Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. Hasn't necessarily been a long day, but it's been an emotional day, around and around and around. So the epic car journey continues. I went to go pick up my car. I got the last bit of money I needed and the other paperwork and all that good stuff. And I went down to get my car and all was well. And he's looking over everything. He's like, well, so basically it's hard to get, it's the financing basically. He's like, well, how about a cosigner? I'm like, well, that'd have been good to know. I get a lot of my income through PayPal, from people who sign up to get classes and coaching and all these types of things. And I don't transfer it into my bank account. I just spend it out of my PayPal account. And for whatever reason, finance companies don't think PayPal money is real money, even though you can spend it, because it doesn't show up in your standardized bank account. So note to self, start transferring that money into the bank and then show a log for 3 months, basically, that there's X amount of transactions, and that's basically either that or a cosigner. So I'm not giving up. I think what I'm going to do is, I know a family member that sent this last bit of money, I talked to them and they were like, well, if you need a little bit more, then, we can certainly manage that. I'm like, well, why don't we talk about doing this, and I don't know how much they can send. I'm like, well, let me sit back and think, because I'm just about to cry. It's like, Daddy wants a car, damn it. And a little emotionally wrecked. So instead of getting, and the finance was 24%, I could refinance it in 6 to 9 months and get all that so that, it rotates out. And it goes back down, it goes way down once you show them that you can actually make some payments. I just haven't had a car for so long. There's no credit history on a car, so that makes them nervous. And, my credit's really young compared, because I don't really have credit cards or anything like that. So in any case, I was thinking, instead of getting something in that economic bracket, I think it was like 12.5, I was like, to get something in like the 5s or the 6s and see if I can gather up enough just to purchase it and not have to finance it. And then later on, once I pay that off, I'll use that to go to like something a little nicer and having a large enough down payment, and I'll have some bank transactions that make finance companies happy. And so those are the conversations I'm going to have, or find a cosigner. That was the other thing that was at hand. I'd rather get something cheaper, because this 24% thing, the payments were just crazy and outrageous. Insurance payments weren't that bad, but the car payment was just crazy to pay that type of interest. I don't need something like that for this phase. I just want to go from A to B and not have to time it out so that other people have to do that for me. And again, thank you to all of you that have been quite generous and have given loans. And if this doesn't work out, I certainly will get that back to you. It's sitting there. I have the one check that is cash. It's in an envelope. It's just sitting there. I brought it in cash to the dealer. I'm like, hey, I have cash. The ones that were in donations, then we'll certainly work that out to get that back as well. If this doesn't work through, but I think what I'll end up doing is just seeing what else I can get my hands on, and just get something that's like 5,000 or 6,000. It would still be good enough to drive for Uber, and so I could go and still have a supplementation on income. The payments would just be payments back to everybody. It wouldn't be 1,000,000% interest on that. I'm going to scratch down because it's literally, it's windy as hell. There we go. And the way the sun is backlighting this thing. So I don't know. I feel it's like 6 something in the evening, and I feel like I just go to bed and just get it done, because I'm all like, I thought everything was all worked out. But when finance companies finally get their last paperwork, the bean counters look over everything and go, bah humbug. So hope is not lost. I think this might actually be better, less of a financial burden per month. I don't need like a $12,000 car right now. That was just the easiest way, the way that the financing looked like it worked out. Wasn't happy about 25%, but for 6 to 8 months until I refinanced it, that was fine. So in any case, I just wanted to give all of you who are kind of like watching this going, hey, what's going on? Well, that's what's going on. So what I might do is aggregate the rest of what I need in the way of a loan from individuals and pay that back. And then once the car is free and clear, I'll do whatever I want with it. You know, I'll keep it and drive it. And if I want to go and finance and use that as a down payment, you know, the car itself, then I would finance very little, and I would have some transaction history that would make them happy. So I'm going to start transferring the money I get into PayPal just into my bank and spend it in that fashion. I think that there's some collaboration between the financial institutions and the banks as far as the lenders. I'm like, because that's just, you know, PayPal money is real money and you can spend it. So, you know, you can even see that I'm spending it, receiving it, and spending it, blah, 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 blah. But it's not in my bank account, so that does not make them happy. So in any case, so provable income was way below what they wanted. So screw them. I'm going to have other people finance it, friends and family, and then I'm just going to pay them back. And, yeah. Bad finance companies, evil 24%, 25. It was 24.99. I'm like, do I get lube with that? And they said no. You get to be done dry. In any case, I'm ranting, raving because it helps me hold my sanity for the idea that there's still hope that this is still possible. I want to get something that, you know, isn't like 250,000 miles or something. I want to get something that's, you know, it's going to have a higher mileage. And it's gonna be maybe a couple years older, but it's a car. Yay! It could be purple with pink polka dots on it, with freaking purple fuzzy dice in the window. And they say you have to drive it like that. No worries. If it's mine, I'll drive whatever color you want. You can have whatever logo on there you want. In any case, that's me venting and getting it out of my system so Glenn doesn't go crazy. And thanks again to all of you that have been supportive. I will be reaching out to you shortly. I'm making this so that I don't have to reach out because I'm just burnt today and I wanted to give a status report, and this is the easiest way to do that. And I think if I could just gather up a little bit more and just get into something that would be more basic between the $4,000 and $6,000 mark, and I'm kind of close to being there, then that will take care of everything and all will be well, and I can just pay people back directly. I even will pay you some interest. Damn, considering it was going to be 25%. So in any case, thank you very much. If any of you watching have anything in the way to contribute toward that, that would be quite lovely. I know not everybody's in a position to do that, but if you are, yay. So again, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching life, business, and spiritual. Also retreats, boys and girls. Don't forget retreats. Very, very important to re-entrain into your true vibration. And, you know, I've remained a happy guy during this process, and I think that's a testament to that I'm just a happy guy overall, because, you know, I'm stepping back going, you know, I'm an immortal being in a timeless reality, and I've given myself this experience, and that really does release a lot of the around, like, you know, this process. Is like, why does this seem so difficult? Why can't this just be easy? This is a 5D reality. Easy. Synchronicity. Now, come on now. I'm like, give me some synchronicity here. And everybody that, you know, did contribute has been so kind. I'm like, I just want, you know, everybody to be happy and to have some joy for the people that have contributed, and to give them, you know, some participation in this, you know, that they participated in this and they see some fruition for their efforts as well. I know I've spent this last week doing so much to get all this stuff together. So in any case, hope is not lost, to never give up, never surrender. And, you know, down below in the description, there's tons of things going on. Links to my websites, links to the foundation, all kinds of different things, people in the new energy. Find the link that feels good to you and follow it. That will serve you best. And if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share.